Hello, hello, hello. Daily uploads, guys. This is good. This is good. Okay, today I'm going to talk about probably the single most important skill you can learn. And I stand by this. If you can master this skill, you'll be able to master your relationships, your work, and it's a hidden superpower. I'm telling you, it's a hidden superpower that will elevate your life hugely, hugely. What is it? Communication. Now you might think and you might click off, be like, oh, I don't need to communicate. I know how to talk. But I'm talking on a deeper level. I'm talking on a level where you get people to feel so heard, so understood, that their relationship with you, even if you're not even trying, just goes so deep. I'm talking about being able to influence people in a healthy way. I'm talking about having the ability to say your perspective and your opinion in a way that makes someone really understand your viewpoint and then accept it internally. It is a superpower. It really is. And I've grown a lot in communication over the last couple of years. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but these are just some things that I've learned that I think I'd love to share with you. So today is going to be on one of the key parts of communication: listening. What is the art of listening? How can you do it properly? How can you do it in a way where the other person doesn't feel disregarded, they feel heard and understood, and they want to continue just spilling all their secrets out to you? How do you do that? Well, the first step is to be genuinely interested. And now you might think, okay, yeah, of course, I'll be interested in what someone is saying. But oftentimes, we don't even realize this, but either it's subconscious or unconscious, but we become disengaged in a conversation. We pick up our phones, we're antisocial, we don't make eye contact, we're not smiling, the body language is off. All these factors have a big play in whether the other person feels like that person is listening to them. And I had a situation where I knew this guy back in probably 2 years ago, and I had a conversation with him, and I didn't know him. He was my friend, he was my brother's friend, and I spoke to him. And I finished the conversation and I was like, why do I trust this guy so much? Why do I just want to spill all my secrets out to this guy? He listened and he did it in the right way. I'm going to teach you how. So, one, be genuinely interested, engage with them, and show this eye contact, smile, affirm what they're saying, maybe by vocals. Don't interrupt them, but you can be like, okay, yes, I hear you, interesting, kind of those little add-ins just to keep the conversation more, light and spiced up, essentially, but in a way that is affirming them or showing genuine interest. The second thing is to mirror. I was reading a book by Chris Voss called Never Split the Difference on negotiating. If you haven't read it, it is a phenomenal book on communication and the general, workings of negotiation. It's incredible. Read it. But what he talks about is a technique called mirroring. And the idea is that people, they like what's comfortable. They like when things make sense to them and are familiar, comfortable and familiar. When people hear that, they trust you. They feel like you're safe. They feel like they can talk to you. So what you do by mirroring is you say the last few words of what a person says back at them, maybe in an inquisitive way. So I don't know. Let's say someone said something like, "Oh yeah, when I was younger on my 10th birthday party, we had this really big slide, but I can't lie, it was kind of dangerous." Then you might say, "Okay," and you might say like kind of dangerous with like a uptone implying a question, and then they'll start to expose more information. What you've done is you've just mirrored those final two words at them, and that makes them feel heard and comfortable, and then they start spilling more and more and more. Now, I've tried to implement this in my life over the last couple of weeks since reading the book, and I won't lie, it's awkward. To begin with, it's kind of weird. Like, why am I mirroring them? It feels wrong. But the more I do it, it becomes more natural. The thing is, you can't put it into every sentence, so be wise how you use it. Put it here and there. Okay, the third point is validate, don't fix. If someone is talking about their life or some deep personal issues, even if it's not personal, you don't need to fix their problems. Just validate what they're feeling. And if you want to maybe share a perspective or help them in some way, be like, ask them, communicate, be like, would you be comfortable if I express my view on this? Or you could say, oh, do you want this to be solved? Can I offer you my opinion? And if they say no, then don't bother. Or you can just say, would you prefer me to just listen, or would you like a solution? Just so you have that as a baseline understanding. Okay. Third one, or fourth, I think, is ask meaningful questions. If you're genuinely interested in what they're saying, this will come naturally. But follow up, ask how questions, ask when questions. So let's say, I don't know, talk about the bouncy slide and it being dangerous. Be like, oh, why? Did you know this was going to be dangerous? Ask how it was dangerous. So ask engaging questions, and that will encourage them to speak more and to feel more understood, like you're actually listening to what they're saying. And if you combine this with mirroring, guys, trust me, it is so powerful. Okay. The last point I want to mention, then I'll let you go, is try not to assume. It's dangerous to assume, especially in conversation, because it might feel like their opinion is being twisted. Now, there's a line to this. So when you mirror, you can paraphrase. That's fine. And that takes a little bit more skill. But if you can paraphrase correctly, they'll still feel heard. But you don't want to assume too much, because it makes you puts you in a position of superiority. Like you're higher. Oh, I think this. Avoid sort of, oh, you think this. You always do that, because you don't know what their perspective is. Rather ask questions and then get deeper to the root of the problem. And then you can confirm or deny whether your thoughts are correct. Okay, that's it. Quick one today. Hopefully that was helpful. And trust me, guys, use this, apply it, and I'm going to be doing some follow-up ones. Listening is so important, but the other one is communicating. How do you speak clearly so people hear you and are influenced by you? Guys, people will spill their secrets with you. This is an incredible tool. Use it. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.